Hey guys, this is Sherlocked Up, and this is the first video I'm doing in a new series where I play manager mode on FIFA 13. I find manager mode to be really fun. You know, it's been really fun in past FIFAs, but FIFA 13, with kind of having a weaker ultimate team, in my opinion, has really highlighted how good career mode is and how many options. You know, they've been improving it over the years, and I just think that it's something that a lot of people miss out on because usually you don't think of playing offline. As you see here, it's kind of a little different. Normally the Columbus Crew plays in the MLS, but I wanted to do something a little different, and I wanted to have the ability to kind of rise through the ranks, so I moved over to the Empower League 1 in England. Now you think to yourself, well, Empower League 1, that's a pretty, that's a good league, but that's not like, the Crew, at least by like stars and ratings, will be one of the higher teams in the league, if not the highest. That's kind of, are you just setting yourself up for easy wins? And that's not really the case. I think if the United States, a team from the United States in the MLS was to go overseas to play in another league, that, it's different. So they would be started off at a lower league because they wouldn't respect the MLS and like what the MLS does. So that's why I started in the Empower League 1 and playing on Legendary, the hardest difficulty. I kind of want to, I want to be sure that I can start off strong too. So playing in Empower League 1 will be great for various reasons. The Crew has a good team, some young players, nobody like overly good, nobody overly bad. I don't know if there's really one star player, some solid goalkeepers. As I'm looking, right now I'm just kind of looking through the team. I'm still trying to get associated with them. As the series progresses, obviously I'm going to get to understand the team better, who's good, who's not, who I want to trade. Not a huge transfer budget, not a huge remaining wage budget, so that's kind of tricky trying to pick up players. This first year is going to be really difficult. Really just trying to, starting off in this not the highest league, maybe I will be able to get away with playing some younger players and them really getting experience and, only having the older players in when I need to. I think it'll be really important to really build the youth in this team, so when I get to the BPL, hopefully, that I will have those youth players that have risen through the ranks, the ratings, and like they will be at their prime. So that's what I'm really hoping to do. Just getting my objectives here, game promotion. That's a given. Pepe looks like he might be going to Manchester United. It's always fun playing career mode. You get to see, where people are getting traded, and it's kind of funny because the big name transfers like this aren't necessarily happening as often as they do in career mode in FIFA 13. But I think that makes it a little more exciting. It doesn't have to be 100% realistic to be fun. It's very, very realistic, and I'm not trying to say that it's not realistic, but sometimes some aspects kind of seem a little far-fetched. But just again, I'm speeding this up because a lot of this was just me looking through my team and who's out on the market and who I could afford. That's really why I have it going so fast. Later videos will be a little slower. I'll talk more in depth about what I'm doing. But right now it's just trying to get a grip for who's out there, where I'm weak, where I have old players, where I need to try to get some good youth players in to fill the roles of those players that will be leaving. Just throw a couple bids on some players, maybe try to release a couple old players. Looking at Manu Trigueros here from I don't know. And they're just, it's tricky trying to keep the older players, but not get rid of all your good players. It definitely is a tricky situation. Villarreal, I was blanking on the team for some reason earlier, but yeah, he's a good youth player from Villarreal, and hopefully I can pick him up. The dealing with the transfer budget and stuff can be a little tricky, but it looks like I do. I do have some success in the video picking up players, selling players, so that's exciting that it's just not a huge bust. It looks like, I just they set their price, what they want for a player, and it's just hard because I don't have a lot of money to be spending right now. So that's why I hope that I can get some better players by getting rid of some of the older players. But at the same time, older players' transfer value isn't going to be that high because they're already older players. So that makes it pretty darn tricky to try to get people to sell on. Yeah, having a little trouble picking up Trigueros from Villarreal. So now I'm just trying to look through again, trying to find who else there is to be had. Looks like there's this good center forward, 18 years old. Just looking around, trying to find players. But really, yeah, that's what this whole series is about. Just trying something different. I've seen multiple career modes, and they're all fun. I really enjoy watching them. But it's a team playing in the league they're already in. So I thought it would be kind of fun to try to do something different. Try to move an American team, from America and see how they would do in England. I don't really think it's not gonna be as big of a change as it probably would be in the real world. But at the same time, it's something fun to think about. Now I'm looking at picking up Matthias from Flamengo, I think. Good youth player again. So I'm really focusing on trying to pick up youth players, just because I think that winning in this league initially, the Empire League one, won't be too difficult. I don't know. There's a good chance that once I get into the season, I'm gonna be disagreeing with myself. But I'm hoping that this year, before I get promoted, will be kind of a year to really grow the youth, as I already mentioned earlier. So now I'm looking. Some Southampton's trying to get some of my 27, so he's not too old, and he is a good center back. But I really wanted this player from Flamengo, and it's not cheap. He's not cheap at all. So you gotta be able to deal some players out of the club. You can't keep all the players. And at this point in time, I really wanted to focus on attack. I wanted to kind of bolster that because I have good defense, and as long as you have some pace in the back, and I don't think defending, you need good defenders, but I find that it makes more of a difference having good offensive players than necessarily having the best defensive players in the world. So just simming through these first games, preseason games. I don't really think are these preseason friendlies. I don't think it's necessary to play through them. That's why I'm just fast forwarding through them. Not winning them all, it's kind of disappointing, but what are you gonna do? A lot of youth players, so they're gonna get a couple knocks. I don't think the season's gonna go perfectly. There's gonna be some games where we should win, but we don't win, and that's probably can be attributed to the youth of the team. But at the same time, not winning all the time and taking some, losing to some sides you probably shouldn't, will probably be a good learning experience, and the players will obviously get better. But yeah, looks like this video is coming to a close. I think in the next video we'll be watching our first game, and yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So yeah, thanks to everybody for watching, and I'm just gonna let the video play until the end, and hope to see you next time.